Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this makeup look. I had some fun with this, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're interested in seeing how I did this, just keep watching. Alright y'all, so let's get into this makeup. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some concealer over my eyelid. I'm going to use this shade from my NYX Cream Highlight and Contour Palette. So, and this is what? In Deep. Just a little bit to even out my skin tone. More so patting it in. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take my little mini Real Technique sponge and blend out my concealer just to make sure that I've got a clean flat surface to go ahead and work with. Now I'm just going to get my Morphe 3502 palette and I'm just going to go in and pop on the shade Contour to go ahead and set that concealer so it doesn't crease before I have a chance to go ahead and get my eyeshadows on. Now I'm just going to go in with the shade Brick into that same palette and pop that in for my transition color just so I won't have any harsh lines. I'm just blending that out really well. Now I'm taking Chestnut and I'm going to put that into my crease just to give it a little more dimension, and you know, as I build up I just want to go from light to darker, that way I get the most dimension as I can. And I did go and switch my brushes. I was using the pink brush with the Luxie 231 small taper blending brush, and I just swapped out with another Luxie brush. It is the 313 mini angle brush that I was using, and now I'm just back to the other and just going to blend that out just to make sure that again I don't have any harsh lines. And right here, I'm supposed to be showing you that I'm going in with the shade Brunette. It's at the bottom. I'm going to take that and deepen my crease. And I'm just going to blend that out a little bit with that blending brush. Now I'm just going to go in with Rustic and Zippy as my lid colors. I'm just going to, after I pick it up, I'm just going to spray my brush with a little of that MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, just so that I can make sure that that colors are going to pop as much as possible. And it is just beautiful. I love that color. It's so, I mean, it could be a fall look as well as it's a you know, a good summery golden look, a spring summery golden look. I love, well, not spring, but a golden summery look. So I'm just going to go ahead and concentrate that again on the outer V just to try to make sure that everything is going to blend together seamlessly. I did apply my lashes and my other eye off camera. Right now I'm showing you that I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation, soft matte foundation in the shade 430. I love that foundation. When you first see it, I was like, oh my god, this is so freaking yellow. But there's nothing better than that foundation if you ask me. I am using my Morphe E57 foundation brush just to go ahead and get that foundation on with. I get the most payoff with brushes. I will go in and you know, blend everything out with with my Real Technique sponge, but I like to apply everything with my brushes. I save a lot of product that way and get a lot of coverage. This just goes on the skin so well. I mean, I know it's not exactly, when you first put it on, it's not exactly your shade, but the word that I hear everyone use is that it oxidizes. So it gets a little bit darker once you go ahead and put it on and kind of dries into the skin. It does oxidize, and it picks up my undertone, all of my blemishes and stuff, which is underneath my my skin tone, which is underneath all my blemishes. It really picks up that skin tone really well, and it stands out, and you don't realize just how much if you got blemishes and stuff on your skin, it really just changes your skin tone. So I really love this foundation. It is the perfect one. So now I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything out with that mini Real Techniques sponge, and now I'm going in with my Fenty concealer in 430 as well, just to go ahead and highlight under my eyes, my forehead, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, or whatever you call that thing, the little humps on top of the lip, and my chin. And again, I'm just going to go in with my sponge and blend everything out. I try to normally keep everything centered, but sometimes my concealer does make its way to the outside of my face. And that is what happened this time. I'm not saying that it was not a good look. It's just that I would rather keep it in the center to make my face more elongated as versus to being showing it as more wide. And so, if you have a wider face, don't do like I did and take it all the way out to, past your cheekbones. You want to kind of keep it centered under the eyes. That way it just gives you a slimmer look to the face. You can kind of go back in with some bronzer and, correct that. I do have bronzer, but the one that I'm using, I have is so dark that I'm having to use it as my contour shade. So look how good that blends out into the skin. I love it. So right now I'm going in with my Morphe banana powder and my Ben Nye Dolce luxury powder. I mixed the two together to create that color because that's, banana powder is too bright. The Dolce is a little too orange. So together the two give me the perfect color for my skin tone. And I'm just going to let that sit there for a little while I go ahead and start my contour and everything. Right there, I'm going in with Prime Beauty Chocolate Liddy bronzer. And when I say it's a beautiful color, it's not dull. It brings life back into my face. It's just too dark. I really love it. I just wish it wasn't quite so dark. So there is another that I was inquiring about. I received the email saying that it's in, so I have to go ahead and order that one to get my perfect bronzer. Hopefully that will be my perfect bronzer. So now I'm just going to let you guys go ahead and watch, and I'll be back. And right here, I call myself kind of defining my jawline just so that, I have a little more of a shape to my face instead of being quite so round. I'm not sure if I pulled it off, but that was my attempt. And right now, of course, I'm just dusting off all the setting, the highlight powder. I forgot to go in and set my entire face. I do not know what I was thinking, but I'm going back in with the Chocolate Liddy by Prime Beauty to go ahead and contour my nose out. I accidentally applied a little too much on that side, but you know, your girl worked it out. Went ahead and blended it and added some concealer just to go ahead and help blend it out. You pretty much can make any mistake. Well, I ain't gonna say any mistake, but you can pretty much make mistakes when it comes to makeup as long as you can figure out a way to correct it. And I make a lot of mistakes on my makeup because I don't do it often enough. So I'm always correcting something. And the brush that I'm using right there is by Morphe, as well as the MB27 brush. I think this might be a defining crease brush, or it's either a lip brush. Honestly, I don't know which of the two it is, but I think it's a defining crease brush, but I used it on my nose. The little brush that I'm using right there is also by Morphe. It is the MB26 brush. It's like a little, I don't know what it's called, but I use it just to do small detailing. I guess it's a small detailing brush. I'm not sure. And I'm going back into that same Morphe 3502 palette. And I'm picking up Chestnut as well as Brick to go under my waterline. Just gonna go back in with my angle. There was the angle brush and blend it out. And now I'm gonna use the I can't remember what liner that is. I think it's by NYX. And right there, that is my Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio. And I'm going to be using Isla and Seclusion. No, excuse me, Isla and Toasted. I'm using those two together for my blush. And that is my number 2 powder brush from BH Cosmetics. I've had that brush for, oh my goodness. That's my first set of brushes, FYI. And now I'm going in with my Morphe M335 brush. I don't know what this is for, but I'll use it only for my highlight. I love it for that, but for some reason, it just wasn't, when I use it, you'll see in just a minute, when I use that brush for my highlight, it just doesn't work very well. You see what I'm doing there? I'm just going to go ahead and actually press in my setting spray with my sponge. It gives me a better finish, I find, because when you just spray the setting spray on your skin and leave it and let it dry on its own, it leaves those little droplet looks. It gives the shiny look, and I just don't care for it. And you guys can see that something happened with my foundation. Maybe I should have allowed that setting spray to, my highlight. I probably should have allowed that setting spray to actually, soak into my skin a little bit more. I did not. And I think my skin was a little damp. So it just was not a good time for a highlight today. I don't know what happened. And also, it went too far. See right there, that little hump, knot, whatever I have on my cheekbones up there. I try to stay away from that area when I put on highlight. And as you can see, that little hump, those humps give me the blues. It looks terrible when I put my highlight on it, and I keep doing it all the time. So I'm going to try to remember to start bringing my highlight back towards the corner of my eyes. That way it can, it won't be on that little hump there. I hate those little humps, knots, whatever. Cheekbone, whatever. I don't like it. And more setting spray was like the only thing that really helped it. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and press that in, blend it into my skin with my mini Real Techniques brush. I'm trying everything. I'm putting powder, concealer, setting powder, concealer, everything. Nothing is helping those little humps. So I'm just going to accept it. Now I'm going to move on to my lips. I am using my Kylie Jenner's True Brown K lip liner. I love that lip liner. And now I'm using my Fenty by Rihanna. This is in the shade, what is the shade? Sunfrost and Pretty Penny. And right there I'm using Pretty Penny first, just to kind of give it that, I wouldn't necessarily say it's an ombre look, but I just wanted to go from darkest to lightest. I did go back in and add some lip gloss on this lip afterwards. I don't know what happened to the footage, you guys, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully my talking wasn't too much. I really enjoyed doing this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you do, please come back, subscribe, you guys, and check out more videos. I know I'm not a professional, but I do my best, and I hope you guys like it. Bye.